And I remember I told my parents I told them essentially I want to become a businessman, right? They wanted me to do medicine, it was those kind of stuff. But I then decided that the only way I can be a businessman is if I become an executive, right? In my mind, I want to become an executive. So I looked up, all the guys at JSE were BCom and CEO, BCom, CEO, BCom. So I was like, okay, let me go the BCom route. And fortunately enough today, I am living essentially my dream of becoming an executive, however, in my own company. So I just followed a dream, and I think it's kind of like, it worked out. Talk about my success journey, having worked with a brand like Sage, and what they've done for us as a business, being TMMBS. So I'm going to give you guys a bit about who we are. So essentially, TMMBS is an award-winning business and management consulting firm. We specialize in accounting, advisory, assurance, business development, as well as taxation services. And as of recently, we've stepped into corporate finance, where we say we want to put money into businesses that basically want to grow. Just to give you a bit about who our clients are. So we service brands like Batu, Africa's first premium sneaker brand. We service Maxhosa Africa, Africa's most luxurious, premium, mass heritage and lifestyle brand. We service brands like Your Legends Baba, Africa's #1 Baba shop. We also have done some work with brands like David Tlale. For those of you who don't know him, David Tlale essentially is one of the guys that pioneered fashion in Africa by being one of the first black designers to showcase in your London Fashion Week, New York Fashion Week, and your Paris Fashion Week. We do work for the Black Coffee Foundation. We also do work for a few other public figures like Tuli Pongolo, Trevor Stillman, as well as people like your Uncle Waffles. But I also want to maybe then talk about where we started and where we come from. TMMBS was started in a township in the west end of Kagiso. We started as a small practice. It was just myself and my business partner, just the two of us. And essentially, in a little under 3 years, we were able to build a 7-figure revenue generating business. Where we went from being in a township of Kagiso to being based in the richest square mile, then being Sandton. So my office is just across Sandton City today. And like I've mentioned before, where you look at our business from where it came from to where it is now, today, the collective revenue for the clients that we service is also just under R500 million. That's basically TMMBS in a nutshell, who we are, where we come from, and how we've gotten to where we got to today. I'm going to talk about obviously who I am. So I'm Tebogo Selebi. I am an entrepreneur first. I'm a business consultant second, and I'm a business accountant third. I'm very much passionate about business, entrepreneurship, sales, marketing. But I'm also very much interested in helping businesses grow from good to great. Sorry, just 2 minutes. Sorry guys. So like I was saying, I'm very much interested in helping businesses grow from good to great. Now I want to talk about where our journey with Sage started, which is essentially why I'm standing on stage today. So let's go back to 2016 when we started our firm. Just me and my business partner, just the two of us. We used whatever we had, which at the time was just Excel spreadsheets and Word documents. So we run a firm. So you can imagine we provide profit and loss reports to clients, we provide pay slips to clients, but we don't have an accounting system, we don't have a payroll system that we're utilizing at the particular point. So where our journey started with Sage goes back to 2016. We went from manually capturing on Excel spreadsheet bank statements so we can provide our clients with profit and loss reports. We went from we created a template from a Word document to basically create a payslip, and then we'd convert the Word document into PDF, and that's how we used to give our clients payslips. It's quite crazy, right? But fortunately enough, you know, we met with Sage, and then we signed up to utilize their small business cloud accounting software. And pretty much what that helped us with, we could have something called bank feeds, which links your accounting software to your bank account. So all we had to worry about going forward was just to allocate transactions. And from this particular system, you are able to get real-time data, sort of reports, whichever reports that you guys want. You're able to pull that information directly from the system. And then you go to the small business cloud payroll software, where, like I've mentioned before, we had to do it manually on a Word document and then convert to a PDF. Whereas now with the system, your tax is automatically calculated, whether you have someone that you pay on a weekly basis, bi-weekly basis, or even monthly. All you just need to do is put the data, the tax will be calculated for you, your leave, whatever the case might be. You just basically pull the reports directly from the system, right? So if you are a small business owner, if you have a small team, I would advise investing in signing up for a Sage Business Cloud accounting and payroll software to see how they can basically help you guys corporatize your business, but also help you save time. Stop doing things manually when you can basically do them on a digital cloud-based platform, and most of the stuff is kind of automated now. And then I'm gonna touch on kind of where our brand and our business kind of pivoted. And like I've mentioned in the beginning, I'm here to share a success story of working with a brand like Sage. So, as I've mentioned in the beginning, we started in 2016. So this is now a year and some months later. We're listening to 702. We hear about the Sage Small Business Awards with 702. Now you can imagine a year into business, you have pretty much not much experience, you don't have much revenue, you don't even have clientele. But we were still audacious enough to enter these awards. And because of that, fortunately for us, there was a Forbes listed PR firm that was listening and even reached out to us to say, hey guys, we heard your story on 702. We hear what you guys are doing for small businesses. We'd love to give you guys free public relations and media platforms. And this is now from a period of about 2017 to I think about 2020, 2019, where we had every single platform you can think of. Cliff Central, SABC News, 702, we were in every single platform. And the beautiful part is that it was all for free. Simply because of we utilized the platform that Sage gave to us through 702. Like I said, we are not qualified to be in that position. We are a year into business. That's what we all think as small business owners, right? But guys, I'm telling you here today, take those chances. Take that leap of faith. You don't know why that opportunity has met you at that particular point in time. I always believe that a lot of people feel like they're not reaching their full potential because they're missing out on opportunities. I beg to differ. People are not reaching their full potential because they're not using the opportunities they presently have. So whatever chance you get, put your name in the hat. Anything can happen. And basically this helped us corporatize also our image, our branding and our positioning into the market. And it wouldn't have happened obviously for us without having guys like Sage on board. And then I'm also want to talk to, but this is mostly for guys that maybe have their own practices or accountants and are probably wondering why not work with other software companies. Why must I choose to work with Sage specifically? I want to talk a bit about the ecosystem. So Sage is a wonderful ecosystem, from payment partners to apps that can help you basically store your data, to even apps that can help you with your reporting. Where I can talk about a bit about Netcash. So Netcash is basically a payment platform software. It helps with huge bulk payments, be it for salaries, be it for creditors. So for example, you have a client who has 200 employees and they're actually manually making those payments, every single payment run. You can cut that time by providing them a solution like Netcash. if you yourself have a business where on the 25th or on the 15th, you have to basically process 10, 15 payments to different suppliers, you no longer need to worry about making individual payments every single month to every single supplier. Just load every single invoice into one batch, pay the one batch, and all your suppliers get paid in time, at the same time on the same day. Save yourself time by utilizing systems that are in the market to help you guys grow your businesses. Another one, and I think this one is very important, is called auto entry. So like I've mentioned, if you do have a practice, I hope you're listening. But if you don't, I also hope you're listening. Auto entry basically helps you store your data. So your invoices, your receipts, your bank statements. I don't know if you guys have currently experienced any sort of harassment from SARS recently. But those guys are on our case, like never before. And when they come for you and say, we're gonna do an audit for your VAT payments 4 years ago, where are you gonna get the data from? This is where auto entry comes in. Auto entry allows you, on a monthly basis, put your invoices there, store them. It's cloud-based, so whether you lose your laptop, whether you are in a different city, in a different country, it doesn't matter. You can always log on, get your information, so that when SARS comes and says we're going to do an audit on you, you have your paper trail. You are ready before they come for you. Because let me tell you something. Oh, they are coming for you. Oh, they are definitely coming for you. Right? So you want to make sure that you have safeguarded your business against, guys like SARS. And then I also want to talk a bit about another, I don't know how to call it, but essentially a life-saving or a life-changing moment. So Sage has what we call an enterprise development program for accountants, business partners, and certain ISVs. And fortunately for us, I don't know about you guys, but 2020 must have been the worst year for a lot of people, if not for everyone. We lost a lot of people. We lost a lot in terms of our properties, our investments, and things that we worked so hard and for so many years to build up to. We were no different as a business. We were potentially looking at closing our doors during COVID, because you can imagine it's lockdown. It's pretty much the worst time for any business, because you can't do anything. You can't trade, you're in the house, you can't pretty much, And fortunately for us, because we're partners with Sage, they kind of threw us a lifeline where they put us on this enterprise development program, which kind of basically helped us focus on other areas of our business since we couldn't really focus on the trading part. So this is where we corporatized our brand. This is where we learned how to measure productivity for ourselves and even for our clients. This is where these guys basically helped us look at our business from a different landscape and from a different scope. And one of the key takeaways for me, which I'd love to share with you guys, when you leave here today, ask yourselves, how can I work on my business and not necessarily in my business? Because the only way you can grow your business is by working on it, not in it. So always try to figure that one part out. The sooner you can get that right, the sooner your business can grow. But long story short, we are in this program. It helps us with enterprise development and so forth. And then on top of that, Sage also gave us 100,000 rand. Now you can imagine it's COVID, you get 100,000 rand. That's to you, that's relief funds. That's like, hey, let me pay what I need to pay. Let me sort out the things I need to sort out. I'll see everything else after. But me and my business partner, we looked at each other and we said, you know what? Screw that. We are risk takers. Let's take another risk. We threw the entire 100,000 rand into a marketing campaign where we didn't know if we're gonna get this money back. We didn't know if it's gonna pay off. Like, it's COVID. We are all new to a pandemic. We said we're gonna spend an entire 100,000 rand on marketing efforts. We had a few billboards on Sandton Drive, I think towards 2021 when the market opened. But most of the money we spent it on a digital basically marketing strategy. And as you guys can see, our revenue grew 480% during COVID. So now you go from, it's fine, you guys can claim, I want to. Where it's COVID, and you go from, we're about to close our business, to now I'm about to buy a new car. That's exactly what happened to us during COVID. And it's because of being able to leverage of Sage's ecosystem, being able to leverage of having a partnership with Sage. Now I want to also talk about something that is very close to my heart. So as TMMBS, of course, we also have a foundation where we do give back. But unlike many other foundations, we realize that the only way we can give back to Africa and its people is by helping to capacitate the small business owners as well as aspiring entrepreneurs. So our foundation focuses on mentorship. It's a not-for-profit cause. We want to give back by giving our time, by giving our resources, by sharing our blueprint with as many people as possible. So last year we had our first set of entrepreneurs. There was like about 10 of them. We incubated them for 6 months. We taught them things like your marketing, human resource, financial, how to basically take care of your finances, how to be compliant, whatever the case might be. And then at the end of the year, we had our very first workshop. And the workshop simply just takes what we've done in the program, comprises it into one day for the guys that were not part of the program. So we're still able to share this information with as many people as we possibly can. And Sage, once again, to kind of show the business that they are, they were able to sponsor the workshop, even though it was a proof of concept and it was our first one. So it also goes back to why I love having guys like Sage on board. And now, before I go to my last slide, but you guys might have seen it. That basically comes to almost the end of my topic or to end of my talk. But before you guys leave, I want to give you guys something. I want us to talk about something that I know for a fact will spice things up, will help you guys take things to the next level. Guys, I want to talk about BDSM. Yes, BDSM. And it's not it's not burgers, drinks, and salsa music. It's the very BDSM each and every single one of you are probably thinking about. Yeah, that's good news, guys. Does anyone want to take a guess what BDSM stands for? And I'm not gonna take an answer from someone who I've probably seen before.